Hi guys, this is a part 3 of how to cut and sew a palazzo pant with cargo pocket and elastic waistline. In the part 2 of this video, I showed you how to sew a cargo pocket separately, and in the part 1, I showed you how to cut out these palazzo pants. So if this sounds like what you're interested in learning, keep on watching. And this is the sewing part of our palazzo pants with cargo pockets. So if this sounds like what you're interested in learning, keep on watching. Let's get started. Now, I'll be joining the side of my trouser. So what I am doing right here is to bring one part of the front and one part of the back, making sure that the right sides are facing each other. I'll pin it up and then I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch using 1/2 inch. Okay, because I'll be fixing a side pocket to this trouser from the waistline, I will mark down 1.5 inches and then sew with a loose stitch up to 7 inches and then sew the remaining part with a tight stitch. Okay, I am done sewing it, and right now I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, because we are going to be fixing a side pocket to it. Now here is my side pocket. If you don't know how to cut out this type of pockets, I have a separate tutorial on it which I have dropped recently. So if you don't know how to cut and sew this particular pocket, I'm going to be linking it somewhere in this video, so you go check it out. Okay, so this is me trying to mark out where I'll be starting my stitch, and then I will go around like this and then stop on the other part where I made a line. Can you see? So if I'm sewing, I'm going to sew with 1/2 inch. If you watch the cutting and sewing of this particular pocket, you understand. Or if you already know how to sew in your side pocket. Now, please remember that this is not the regular pocket that we see on our trouser. This is the type of pocket that we also have on our gown, on our tops, like a normal side pockets for a dress. Okay, that is what I'm using. Now I'm going to show you how I'll be fixing it. So now, and this 1/2 inch from the top of my trouser, I mark down 1/2 inch, which is where I will be sewing in the band. And then from this 1/2 inch, I mark down 1.5 inches. Okay, and the wideness of my pocket opening is 7 inches. Can you see? I'm trying to like show you. Now from this 1.5 inches mark, I'm going to mark down to this 7 inches. Now let me now show you what I was trying to explain. Then from here to this point, I'm going to sew with a tight stitch. Okay, and now from that 1.5 inches mark to the 7 inches mark, I'm going to sew with a loose stitch. Okay, and then the remaining part of the trouser, I'm going to sew with a tight stitch. So this is what I was trying to explain, because where I sewed with a loose stitch is where I'm going to be fixing the side pockets, and because I'm going to still loosen it, I sewed it with a loose stitch so that after fixing in my side pocket, I will be able to lose it again. Now if you watch how to fix your side pockets that I've dropped, you will understand it. Okay, I'm done fixing in the pocket. Now it's time for me to fix my cargo pockets. So I'm going to leave out 1/2 inch, which is the allowance I'll be using for my band, and then I'll mark down to the knee points. Okay, my knee points, just like when we were drafting this, is 23 inches. And on the other one, I already have a line on my knee points, and I also marked it out. Now here is my cargo pocket. I have a separate tutorial where I showed you all what is needed for you to like draft and sew a proper cargo pocket. Okay, a video before this one, I'll also be linking it somewhere in this video, so you go check it out. Okay, so yeah, I don't need to explain too much. So this is me fixing in my cargo pocket. I think you should go watch that particular video so that you understand what I'm trying to do right here, because what I'm going to be teaching you in this particular video is a lot. That's why I made a separate video on how to sew a cargo pocket. Okay, so you want to go check it out. So this is me trying to like fixing my cargo pocket into the side of my trouser. So once I am done, we're going to continue with this tutorial. So as you can see, I'm trying to use my pins to hold the border of the cargo pocket on the side of my trouser. Okay, so once I'm done holding it down, I'll go stitch all around. I don't need to explain too much. By the time you watch that separate video on how to sew a cargo pocket, you will understand what I was actually doing right here. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I am done fixing in the pockets, and then I also went ahead to cover it with the pocket cover, and this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and fix the back pocket. The back pocket is very simple. It's a squared fabric which you're going to cut out pieces of the Ankara and then fold the edges. Now do it however you want it. We have different styles you can actually style it, okay? But my own is in four corner, which is square. So go ahead and fold in the edges and then mark out the part where you're going to fix it. So from the upper part of the back part of my trouser, I'm going to mark down to 7 inches, and that becomes the middle part where I'm going to fix in these back pockets. And then from the crouch of the back, I'm going to go in by 4 inches just like this. All right, and that becomes the side of this my back pockets. Now watch how I'm going to place it in so that you understand what I've been explaining. Okay, so now this is the middle part. You know that 7 inches is going to serve as the middle part, and then the 4 inches is the side. So I'll go ahead and pin it down, and then I'll top stitch around it, leaving the upper part open. Do this for both back side of the trouser. Now we're going to go ahead and stitch the crouch. Right side facing each other, you are going to mark in 1/2 inch. This is the front part of my crouch. So mark down 1/2 inch down to the crouch depth. Can you see what I just did? After connecting it, I'm going to bring in my tape and then measure out my waist circumference divided by 4. Now guys, remember that when we are cutting this, we use the hip circumference as the waist plus 4 inches, which is 48 plus 4, which gave us 52 inches. Now on this 52 inches, I will go ahead and divide it by 2, and that is what I just marked out. Okay, now after marking this out, no matter the amount of allowance you have right there, when you get to the under area of your trouser, which is the crouch depth, ensure that you are going to stitch that area with 1/2 inch. So the crouch depth, you must stitch with 1/2 inch. So as you slowly go down, you're going to decrease what you are sewing with to be at least 1/2 inch. I hope you understand. So that is how I'm going to go stitch it down on my sewing machine. All right, so I am done stitching it, and you guys can see what we have. Okay, so let me go ahead and open it, and you see, so this is the waist of my trouser stitched properly, and now the down part is still open and the inner part of the trouser is also open. Now before you stitch up the inner part of your trouser, you want to hem the down part of the trouser. Now to hem this, you can either hem by folding twice or weaving the rough edge and fold once. Okay, and that is how I'm going to do that. Now after hemming the down part of your trouser, you're now going to stitch up the inner part of the trouser, still using 1/2 inch. Okay, whatever you are sewing right here, you're going to be using 1/2 inch. Only the hemline, I hemmed that with 1 inch because it was 1 inch I added while drafting out or cutting out the trouser pieces. Okay, I am done doing that, and this is what the trouser looks like. Okay, this is the waistline, and I'm going to adjust it so you see the trouser parts. Okay, so this is the inner tie of the trouser, and this is the back of the trouser. You can see what the pocket looks like. So now guys, we'll be working on the waist so that we can fix in the waistband. Now you're going to have to measure all around your waist circumference. You can see the way I'm trying to measure it. You can either measure from any part of the trouser You can measure from the back to back, or from the front to the front, or from one side to the other side. Okay. Now, after measuring mine, I had 52 inches. Now, what I'm going to do is to divide these 52 inches by 2 so that we know the amount of piece we are going to cut out for the band. Okay, that is the length of the band that we are going to be cutting out. So now 52 divided by 2 is 26. This means that the length of our band is going to be 26 inches. Now, this is my pieces. I'd already cut it out off camera, but this is on fold. Okay. Now, the height of this band is 6 inches, because on fold we are going to have it to be 3 inches. Okay, I'm still coming to that. Remember that the height of our band is 1.5 inches, right? So I'm going to cut out 6 inches for now. I'll trim the remaining parts off later. Now on fold, I'm going to mark out 26 inches. Can you see? But now I'm not going to mark that 26 inches. I'm going to mark 26.5 inches, because you need half an inch to stitch, okay, as sewing allowance. So what I have here is 26 inches on fold. Remember that opening it we have 52 inches, but on fold you should have 26 inches cut out. Okay, but because I'll be needing half an inch to join it, I went ahead to cut out 26.5 inches. Now from the side, I'm going to mark in half an inch, and that is exactly where I'm going to make my stitches. So I'm going to connect it just like this. Okay, now before we sew it, remember we need like an opening where we're going to bring out our drawstring from, because we also will be adding a drawstring to this elastic waist. So now I'm going to go ahead and locate the middle of this. Okay, can you see? Remember that this band is 6 inches. So I'm going to mark out the middle. Now from this middle, I'm going to go down and mark 1 inch. Now after this, I'm going to, from this 1 inch, and mark half an inch for the upper part and the lower part. So at least we'll have 1 inch opening where our drawstring will come out from. Now I'll go and stitch it just like this. And from this part, I'll sew with a tie stitch, and from this end, I'll sew with a tight stitch. Okay, so after sewing it, I'll go ahead and top stitch. Remember to top stitch, because if you don't top stitch, it's likely to loosen, because it's not going to be that strong. Okay, so after that, we are going to cut out our elastic. Okay, now to cut out your elastic, remember that we had 52 inches for our round waist. Okay, now I'm going to deduct 8 inches from that 52 inches. That will give me 44 inches. You see that it now came back to my original, like my natural waistline, which is 44 inches. Now, this 44 inches divided by 2 is 22. But for this elastic, I'm going to cut out 22.2 inches. I hope you understand. So that is what I'll be using. Now I'll move over to my sewing machine, and then I'll stitch it like this. Okay, make sure you stitch it with a tie stitch, and make sure that you join it so that it stays strong. Okay, you can see how I placed it. That is how I'm going to stitch it. And even after stitching it, I'm going to also make like a zigzag stitch so that it will stay strong. I'll go and join it and then show you guys what it looks like. Guys, I am done. You can see what the elastic and the band looks like. So now I'm going to input the elastic into the band just like this. Remember that the height of this band is 3 inches, right? Now I'm going to stitch this with half an inch. Now after stitching it with half an inch, it's going to remain 2.5 inches. I'll trim off the half an inch and it remains 2.5 inches. Do you understand? So this is the way I'll be fixing it. All right, while I sew this, I'm going to keep stretching it because you know that the elastic is shorter than the actual band. So as you are stitching, you have to be stretching so that the elastic can actually go fully into the band. I am done doing that, and I'm trying to trim off the excess, which is the half an inch. So after trimming it off, what is going to remain for the height of this band is 2.5 inches. Now, these 2.5 inches, I'm going to stitch into the actual trouser itself with half an inch. And that means that the height of my band will now remain 2 inches. I know that initially I said that the height of my band is going to be 1.5 inches, right? But yeah, I decided to make it 2 inches so that it will come up a little. So I am done trimming off the excess, and this is what the band looks like. Now you're going to bring in the trouser, and then you're going to ensure that the front of the band, which is where the opening, where the drawstring is going to come out from, is. So you're going to ensure that it faces the right side of the trouser, just like this, and then you're going to stitch it all around using half an inch. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use my pin to hold it in place. You can go ahead and hold it around before sewing it, but there is no need because you need to stretch this band while sewing. Okay, you need to stretch it because you know that the band itself is now smaller than the waist of the trouser. So as you're stitching, you need to like keep stretching it, and even after stitching it, you're going to have to run a channel where you're going to pass through your drawstring. Okay, so guys, you can see I am done with it, and yeah, I'm trying to insert my drawstring right now. Okay, now this rope comes with something that looks like a protection, so you're going to have to remove it and then hold the rope with your bodkin or your pin, then before inserting it into the channel of the waistband that you created. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. Once I input this and come out to the other side, I'm going to input the protection again and then tie the rope. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I mean. So you can see I'm trying to like input the protection. I don't know what to call this. I can only call it a protective measure that you see. So once after inserting it, you go ahead and tie the rope again, and then use like fire to burn it a little so that the rope will not fray. Okay, so you can see I am done inserting it and I'm trying to tie it down, and after that I will go ahead and yeah, use like a fire to burn it, but I didn't show that here. Okay, so guys, yeah, this is our trouser with elastic waist and cargo pocket. It is quite very simple. This is how to sew a trouser with a cargo pocket. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. I will see you guys in my next one.